Party-based computer RPGs have been around for a long time, and there are some truly gold standard examples out in the market. Does Wartales bring something new and intriguing to a packed genre, or is it a shallow and lame attempt to do something unique? Should Shiro have stuck to real-time strategy titles, or does Wartales set a new precedent for the studio? Watch on and find out. My name is Thoraxe, and this is Strategy for Busy People. If you've got a few minutes, I'll tell you what to play. I decided to take a break from survival crafting for a moment to check out Wartales by Shiro Games. Now, I generally have liked my experiences with Shiro Games titles, and I've got nearly 10 hours into Wartales. If you know anything from watching this channel, you know that more than 5 hours is usually a good sign. So, what does Wartales have to offer exactly? When I first saw a preview of this game, I didn't know what impression I ended up getting about it. But for some reason, I did not think that it was a party-based RPG with turn-based tactical strategy battles. Upon starting into Wartales, I was definitely confused. Now, there is one amazingly terrible thing that I absolutely hated about the game, and I'm going to get it out of the way quickly so that we can get into the better parts of it. And that thing is the navigation at the map level. Click, 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 click. Why can't you just hold the mouse down to continually navigate? I have no idea. But, oh my gosh, it is horribly, terribly annoying. Okay, that's out of the way. Wartales doesn't entirely deliver anything new or fresh, in my opinion, to the computer RPG genre. All of the common tropes are here. Different character classes can wield different weapon and armor types, they have different special abilities, and the typical Dungeons and Dragons inspired Stir, Dex, Con, etc. are all there. Combat encounters are turn-based tactical affairs where your character has a certain amount they can move and a certain number of actions they can perform. Common tropes like Overwatch-ish skills allow you to react when people move within your sphere of observation. Killing the enemies results in XP and renown gains and, as expected, loot. Your party can only carry so much stuff, but you can visit nearby towns to sell some of it off. You've seen all of this kind of thing before. Each town has roughly the same expected buildings, from the inn to the apothecary, the market, and so on and so forth. Buy and sell stuff, blah, blah, blah. If you are surprised that you can recruit additional members to your party at the inn, I'm not sure what rock you've been living under. If you are surprised that you can take on missions at the inn, I'm even more surprised at you. Seriously, where have you been for like the last 30 years? But this is where things start to get interesting, and where I think that Shiro brought some of their unique take on games to the title. For one, while the expected character classes are there, even within the character class, you can adopt certain specializations in their skill tree that make the character more or less useful for particular types of combat. There are 3 subspecializations for the Ranger, and one of them makes them a furious melee fighter, giving them a frenzy skill that also comes with an ambush perk that grants 2 additional attacks. Combining the Ranger's frenzy with other specialties in your party can make for formidable tactical combinations. Then there's this whole weird system of professions, and I don't mean weird in a negative way. It's weird because it's different, and it too requires forethought and planning. For example, a blacksmith can make weapons and armor for your party and can learn recipes along the way. If you don't have a blacksmith in your party, you'll always be relegated to either finding or purchasing these goods. However, you can only be enrolled, if you will, in a single profession, and changing your profession causes you to forfeit all of your previously learned skills and experience within that profession. As your party travels, eventually they tire, which requires you to make camp. But within your camp, you can build/purchase workstations and other upgrades that allow you to produce goods, combat buffs, or other bonuses/benefits while you, sleep, I guess. A well-fed party gains happiness buffs, so cooking that lovely meal will go a long way. It felt interesting for sure. You have a mule that follows you around, which can also learn combat skills or something? You can trap/tame animals and also use them in combat or something. Oh, and don't forget to pay your party members when their salaries come due, or they will be pretty unhappy. But ultimately, the biggest difference with Wartales, which really isn't that different in the grand scheme of CRPGs these days, is that your choices matter. Many of the missions involve inflection points where you can choose to side with one party or another in a conflict, and this ultimately changes how things in the broader campaign will shake out. As you explore the county and have all of your encounters, complete your missions, and so on and so forth, you ultimately complete an area, so to speak, which allows you to move on to the next county. There are also all kinds of other skill upgrades and tree-like systems that you earn points in and that you can explore. Before I give my final verdict, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share with your friends. Agree with me, disagree with me, or want to see other content? Let me know in the comments below. Want to try this game yourself? Check out my humble affiliate link below. And if you want to support me in making more of these videos, become a patron on Patreon. Your support really makes a difference. The final verdict. While I'm not a huge fan of tactical, turn-based combat or RPGs, Wartales gave me a lot to enjoy, ignoring that clicking thing I mentioned. Because of the choices matter nature of the game, the replayability is likely very high for those of you who want to go back and explore the different story arcs, the different sides of particular conflicts or stories, and more. Exploring the different tactical combinations and skill progressions of the various character classes is also going to add to the replayability factor. And I think there's a bigger story about a conflict or something, but I forgot what that's all about. On my trademark 3-point score scale of avoid, meh, and I forgot to eat, the campfire is stoked, the mule is tied for the night, the bard has sung the day's tale, but the blacksmith is out of coal and I don't have enough bread to make these sandwiches, so I guess it's soup for dinner. Oh, and I guess the game is pretty fun, too. What, you don't have a bard that sings your day's tales to you after dinner? Get with the program.